Yeah, dude, last night I did my show. So it got rescheduled from the original venue, which was like a theatre at a university, the one that I did my special in. I was supposed to do that. And it got rescheduled last minute because they had asbestos or something like that. They had like structural concerns with the venue. So we had to switch the venue last minute.
Well, the last thing they would need is structural concerns and then you coming in to just bring the house down.
Yeah, fucking demolish and then all of a sudden everyone's dead in 60 years.
You can't have
asbestos. So we got changed to a cinema. Right? I did my shows. I've never performed in a cinema. I'm sure you've never performed in a cinema. Why would you?
No,
that's where you go see movies.
I did my comedy special premiere in a cinema, but we were watching it on the screen, and I talked for about 15 minutes before, and it was a little bit strange talking in the cinema. You did your whole show in 500 people at a cinema?
Yeah, 2 shows and 500 people in a row.
That's huge. That's a massive movie cinema.
Yeah, it was, like those big ones that we used to go to when we were on the radio tour, those premieres.
Yeah.
And like they're just fucking enormous. And the only time they'd ever fill them is like with influencers and people going in there for free. Cause like there's no, like I was looking around all the people at the cinema, like I'll put it this way. There wasn't a huge queue for Fast 9, Vin Diesel's not pulling in 500 a screening.
No.
So what, and yet does that make me more successful than Vin Diesel? Depends how you look at it. In Mount Gravatt last night, absolutely sold more tickets.
So on a technicality, yes.
Yeah, fuck you, Ludacris. All right, but it was great, right? So it was. Here's the thing: the room's so weird because it's designed to absorb sound, not echo it around.
Yeah.
So when like a joke crushes. Like Sammy was crushing, right? Like opening for me, and I'm kind of sitting like halfway down the room, murdering. He goes to me, "Oh man, was I going okay?" He's like, and I was like, "You did your murdering," but he just couldn't hear it from the back. So I realized like one time I got this massive laugh, I was like, just like erupted the room. I was like, "Holy shit!" Because like I can't believe like I was like doing really well.
Yeah.
But then like I definitely it felt like I was performing to 300 because I could not hear the 200 people at the back of the room.
Yeah, I've heard that in like our friend Khaled says that about arenas. Like there are so many people and they're so far away that it sounds like for the comedian that you're tanking because you can actually only hear like the first third of the audience and it sounds like everyone else is not laughing because they're so far away.
Yeah, it was kind of weird, but it was very cool.
That's it.
Yeah, I don't really know. I don't have a story, but it was written on the run sheet. I don't have any stories. Anyway, I did my show in a cinema. That was it. I'm doing another one tonight.
You know what? To spice things up, you could just play Fast and Furious at the same time.
Yeah.
Just in case people get bored, they can just look up a little bit.
It was funny actually performing to people who were eating popcorn. Some of them were just like snacking as I was going.
Yeah, that would be a little bit strange.
It was very funny. Just like, and like, it was just really inconveniencing the public. Like the line stretched around the whole thing because it was like 500 people is a lot of people queuing up, right?
People were like, is there a premiere on? There hasn't been a good movie released in theaters for a year. What's going on?
Well, because of COVID, we had to allocate their seating. So the line took like way longer than usual. And they were waiting around line for ages. I swear to God, there were definitely some people who thought it was the line for the snack bar. Like I saw people like in the line, like umming and ahhing if they were in line for popcorn or something else, because it's fair enough. They're not going to be like, I'm pretty sure there's a comedy show on at a cinema.
Yeah, that was strange.
So confused. Like they're probably just like late for their movie. They're going to see like that new Ryan Reynolds film, just like Jesus Christ, fucking popular.
That's great. And that's what comedy is all about, is like, doing your job, having a laugh and ruining other people's nights, whether that's, making them late to their film or dumping water on their heads. That's the life.
Really proud of my audience and my opener. So it's been a great weekend in Brisbane and so much fun. Some of the biggest shows of the tour. Very cool, man. It's I've done 3 shows here. It's the biggest shows I've ever done. And, few interesting characters in. Yeah. I reckon I have a theory. Queensland is the least funniest state in the country.
That's interesting because I think they're definitely the best audiences.
They're the best audiences.
So maybe there's a correlation there.
But when they contribute, it's 100% horrific.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I haven't had I had one good contribution last night. One guy that was quite funny.
Yeah.
And just stinkers. Like people yell the most confusing things. Those things where like, this is a great example, right? I have this bit where I build up this thing, right? And I'm like, dude, it's the best thing I've ever seen in my whole life. Also the best thing I've ever seen in a pub 2 months ago. And the whole point of the bit is like, set up this thing. And most people who have ever been to anything ever or who all can speak English would be like, he's building tension for clearly what would be some kind of reveal.
They go, I wonder what it is. When I find out, that will be the point of this.
I swear to God, one in every shows in Queensland, one in every 3 shows on this Queensland leg of the tour. I'm building it up. I get right to the punchline and someone goes, tell us. And you just have to go, what? Dude, did you really think I was just going to deviate away from the story at this point?
I saw the best thing ever. It was so amazing.
And
I'm not telling you.
Yeah. I'm like, all right, guys, well, good night. That's been my show.
And you'll never know what it is.
Dude, and they don't realize that they're just fucking the show for themselves.
That's awesome.
I'm like, you're making the night worse for you. And I have this bit comparing, like you've heard the bit about comparing autos to manuals, and I trash manual drivers in my show. And every other place I've done, all the guys go, I do drive a manual, but he's got some points. It's a bit of fun, bit of light jousting, nice. Yeah. Queensland men cannot fucking handle it. You go like fucking, you're bagging them or whatever, and then like they'll literally just be like, fucking pussy. And I just howl laughing because I'm just like, dude, I'm like, you're at the theatre. You're quite literally at a theatre. This is the arts, mate.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm fucking joking. And you're sitting there next to your girlfriend who's dragged you along because she watches my TikToks. Fucking funny. Be like, seriously, like, who's this guy I think he is? Like, it's just me in the clutch, bro.
Is this guy fucking joking? Yes, literally. And that's what you thought.
It's so funny. They can't handle it. Like, I have guys come up to me like afterwards, like, "No, it was a funny joke." No, seriously though, the fucking pussy.
You really want them to explode. You should just add on a little tag and go. And I think that electric cars are the future. I don't want to hear any engine noise at all. Fuck you. I don't even want to touch the wheel.
Yeah, I literally at one point in the show last night, I was just like, maybe it was Gold Coast. I forget. I was just like, guys who are into cars like more than their girlfriends, you are the worst people on planet Earth. Yeah, and then I just, for the next 5 minutes was like, and here's why. And all the girls and all the normal sane people were like, absolutely, someone said it. Yeah. Stop telling me about you. Yeah. And all these guys that clearly had their cover photos, just like as their like Honda Civic, souped up Nissan Pulsar. Yeah. Even like after I did that episode, remember when I said something like, having a ginger mullet is like putting a spoiler on a Nissan Pulsar. I think I said that on the Rory Lowe episode. We recorded that in March. Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah. We released that a couple months ago. I got 30 DMs, not about the ginger joke, going, fuck you, do not trash my Nissan Pulsar.
If you drive a Nissan Pulsar, you're a dork. Like, cool. You put a big engine in a little baby car. That's great.
It was so funny. I was like, fair enough. Pretty cheap shot at gingers there. Yeah. I deserve that. No one cared about the ginger aspect.
I think there's a correlation between the type of guy that likes, like a car guy, right? I reckon a car guy loves cars and likes really modifying them, changing the engine, the paint job, adding spoilers, adding this and that, taking things away. I think that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. But I think that they also have a real interest in girls they can do that too. That's why you always see like car guys, they have a girl where they've added on some fake tits. They've injected some silicone into the lips. They've got a bit of lipo, get the weight down, make it a bit more aerodynamic. Yeah. I think that they're just really obsessed with modifying their loves.
Pimp your bitch.
Well, that's a little bit different. That is prostitution, but I understand the sentiment.
Well, I guess you're still pimping your ride either way. No, but other than that, it's been so much fun. Yeah, Queensland. It's been great shows. Just once every 30 minutes, you just receive some incoherent heckle from
I can't wait. I got Gold Coast, Brisbane in 2 weeks. I can't wait.
And it's really the 1% as well, because you see the confusion in 99% of the audience turn around and go, you do not speak for us. Right, you do not represent us. You're making us look bad.
Yeah.